People love bookmarks.
בוקר טוב חברים, יום טוב, קוף סמך, הן צדק. אמרו רבותינו ז"ל, הן שלך יהיה צדק ולאו שלך צדק. The truth is, we can get up and leave. That's it. To fulfill this line.
What does the line mean?
Keep your words. Amata milah. You told your buyer, I'm giving you this merchandise, this price, that's it. You're not going to change your words. ההן שלך יהיה צדק ולאו שלך יהיה צדק. כל העולם היום עומד שאין אדם מקיים את המילים שלו. Nobody keeps the words. Because everything is built on trust. And there is no trust. That's it. That's all the court cases in בתי דינים. ובעיות, ו-family issues, ו-neighbors, schools, and you name the whole garbage. מילה זה לא מילה, period. מילה זה לא מילה. Just remember the story. I said it once over here. Some yeshiva boy got engaged. אתם יודעים, usually the father-in-law, if you want to have a good shidduch, you gotta support. It depends how much you have in your account, but you know, between 2, 3 years, some 4 years, some 5.
The rest of their life.
This yeshiva boy, his father-in-law promised he's going to give X amount of years that he will support. He was, well, you know, he's going to support him. Okay. On the wedding day, before the chuppah, he takes him to the side. Listen, I'm sorry, I cannot do it. I cannot afford this obligation. Okay. So he takes 2 of his friends. You'll be my witness. Shema. I'm going to do a special kiddushin. Just follow up with me and it'll be nice. Okay. Chuppah. Launching and the whole to-do is very emotional. The kala is very emotional. And the kala very, very emotional. Very happy. I got a good deal. All right. מגיע חופה, החתן says, הרת מקודשת כדת משה וישראל. מקודשת, all get excited. After the חופה, איפה הולכים? חדר יחוד. They're going down the aisle. He doesn't go to חדר יחוד. What do you mean? She's not mine. What do you mean she's not yours? אתה קידשת אותה. אני לא קידשתי אותה. קידשתי אותה to somebody else. What do you mean? He did not say לי. הרי את מקודשת לי. את מקודשת. In his mind, he had already 2 עדים. הוא אמר, somebody else. למישהו אחר לא לי. קיצור, יש לו 2 עדים. הוא רצה למדן. הוא לא פראייר, הוא יודע את כל הלמדנות, הוא אמר, מה היה, לקח 2 עדים already ahead, הוא אמר להם, אני מקדש אותה, to somebody else. הוא לא אמר, את מקודשת לי, אמר, את מקודשת. A whole tumult what is tumult?
בלגן.
now נשמע ראשי ישיבו, מה עושים? מה עושים? Well, if you think I don't want to use the language של הרחוב, אבל אתה רוצה לדפוק אותי, אני אדפוק אותך. What do you think? You're going to fool me now, and 30 minutes before Hoppah, you're going to tell me that you're not going to do it? Okay, I'm going to do it, no. קיצור, היה בלגן, פוסקים had to get involved. כל הסיפור הזה, they're both רשעים, it's not a question. גם אבא וגם הוא. זה שהוא רשע. Are using her as a weapon to get against her? שהם רשעים. אבל זה מין במינו. זה נקרא מין במינו. Why? You signed an agreement, it's called שטר תנאים. You signed, you're going to support for 5 years.
כותבים הכל שם ועושים חותמים.
Father sign?
זה מילה, אבל זה שנים
Oh,
לפני.
זה נקרא שטר תנאים. You signed כל החמור מתחייב. You have an agreement, and before Hoppah, you know that he's not going to back up, so that's how you do. הבחור הפרייר, גם הוא למד בישיבה טוב מאוד, you know all the loopholes, ועשה מה שעשה. בסדר, זה שני רשעים.
אבל if I would left to one side, if you have one side, which is the wrong? I know both רשעים, but if you had to,
האבא.
האבא עשה the
100%.
more than,
בוודאי.
okay.
בוודאי.
The Abba side?
Not the Abba, the Khatan side. How you make so shame to the color?
הבנתי שאתה כל כך מאוד רגשם.
No, I don't care about the money.
לא. יש לך, אתה קודם כל תחתום מאמפר, אחר כך אחרי 30 יום, אנחנו לא עובד ככה דוד. בואו נמשיך. בקיצור, in any event, צריך לדעת שאתם לא בסדר, אבל מי הפושע הגדול? האבא שלה.
הוא התחיל.
100%.
אם הוא לא היה מתחיל, הוא לא היה עושה. אז זה חייב להיות
100%.
שהאבא הוא...
מה הבעיה? אין מילה.
אין מילה.
That's one. Second, between parents and kids, I'm not saying that it should be an issue, but if a parents, they promise to help a kid because he helped to Abby and Jack and David, so when he comes Joey, he cannot skip. אני כבר לא מדבר על קנאה, jealousy. אם אתה מילה, as a parent, keep your words. Sometimes you feel comfortable to tell your kids one thing and not to keep your words because, he's my son. That's how it works. And the biggest ניסיון is business. מילים, and you can have emails and agreement and lawyers sign, ובסוף לא עושים שום דבר. למה? כי האדם הוא לא נאמן. One of Hashem's, I don't want to say character, but one of Hashem's titles, what do you say in the morning? ויציב, ונכון, וקיים, וישר, ונאמן. He's loyal. And we say every עמידה, ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים. הוא אמר, Hashem promised, yet Hadamitim, who ne'eman came his words. How many people are really, Iveta Milah, you keep your words? אומר הרב, ההן שלך יהיה צדק, ולאו שלך צדק. רבי עליו השלום, וואו. היה סכין. He used to say, הבאת מילה, דברי ישראל כשבועה. You gave a word, זה שבועה. אמרת כן, זה שבועה, זה לא כן. You don't have to promise. You gave a word to someone, אמרת לו, yes, זה שבועה, גמרנו. You can't back up from your deal. Sometimes it happens, you give someone, this is the price. Okay, no problem. He couldn't make it on time, so listen, I'm going to come in a week or two. Meanwhile, the prices went up, doubled and tripled. So he comes to say, listen, now that you come to me, I want a different price. About we close XYZ. Well, that was 2 weeks ago. Now that you come, I can sell it to somebody else. I don't have to sell it to you. I can sell it to somebody else, and I can make double and triple. So it's either you're going to give me the new price, or I'm not going to sell you. זה כולם ככה. וזה מה שכתוב. שההן שלך יהיה צדק והלב שלך צדק. אמרת מילה, keep your word. שמעתם מה זה?
About that case that the rabbi just mentioned.
Yes.
His cost went up. Not that let's say he didn't buy it at that time, the buyer. He gave him the price $100. He didn't buy the goods yet. So he thought he was going to buy it at 80. Now his cost is 100. He can't sell it for 101. He's now going to sell it for 100.
Is there a contract?
It's his fault.
The word is the contract.
It's his word. He meant to do the right thing when he was buying it at 80. So is he really wrong? It's his word based on a certain fact.
Can we?
If he's going to do it,
I got you.
If he's going to not sell it to make more profit, I understand. Not about the profit.
I'm talking about the profit.
No, I'm talking about not losing.
Hold on. Let's get things straight. I'm not talking now how prices went up because you want to make more profit.
Right, no.
Hold on. I'm saying the idea. If you gave someone a word, keep your word. Now,
Okay.
the problem is not when prices went up. That's not where the biggest issues. The issues is that that you give your word and nothing went up, and still, and it's still taking.
That's not the case.
But no, that's step one.
Okay.
Now, step two, it's also an issue, and that's wrong.
That's wrong.
Yes.
It happened to me a couple of weeks ago, but it happened to be the guy didn't take the car. But I don't know what happened. I made a mistake on a price. And I gave him, let's say, a price on a BMW for $500, $540. He didn't call me back, but when I read the numbers it came like $700. So what happens if he tells me he wants a car?
No. אם היה טעות זה משהו אחר.
What?
טעות. If you did a mistake.
The top is what he didn't know the buying price.
Excuse me. Yes. If you did a mistake, you can explain yourself. It was a mistake. Torah is not, כנס בתוך הקיר.
Yeah, but the guy can tell him this. My trust on you. Now I know I can get it for 500. Now I didn't get something else.
You can't get it for 500.
There's no 500. What are you talking about? BMW 500? What are you talking about? It's an obvious mistake. That's not the issue at all. But then you tell him I did a mistake.
If he told me he wanted it, I would have found the mistake afterwards and told him.
But in any event, you can say I did a mistake. You're not changing anything. It's a mistake. Who gets a BMW for 500? 100 today, it's 400 something.
No, that price it was
It was a mistake.
2 weeks it was 500.
It was a mistake. Period. I'm not talking about mistakes because on a mistake you can tell the person did a mistake. We're not talking about mistakes. We're talking about everything is normal and you are not keeping your word.
Rabbi, what is in the situation of a contractor that priced the house 400 and inflation went up to 700?
It happened a lot.
That's not a mistake.
It's not a mistake. This is I signed the contract 400.
That's my question. That's my question.
Is that okay? So that is okay. That's not a question in business. It's a question of halacha. If you ask the dayan, malacha yechol over there, things will change. Meaning, we're not talking about a question of profits now. We're talking about that the prices went up, and I'm losing.
That was the case the rabbi gave.
Situation changed.
No.
The situation changed.
When I said when the prices went up, I'm not talking about the cost of the item went up. It's the profit that went up.
Right. No. Fine.
Now you want to make more profit. I'm not talking about you losing money.
Yeah,
Now I'm losing my shirt and I'm losing everything.
Okay, so over there, you have to test. And I assume if prices went up, it's the same thing. But I'm not talking about when the prices went up. Because
there's a cost.
The cost. I'm talking about the profits now.
You got greedy, basically.
The value, in other words, the value went up, not the cost.
נכון. ועכשיו אתה רוצה, you want to make your money. המילה שלך צריכה להיות מילה. Not when you lose money, it's when you lose your profits. Meaning, you could have make a double and triple, but the law says it. מילה זה מילה. But
עם גוי גם?
Yeah, that's
בוודאי, למה לא? אני לא מבין. למה לא?
No, even more.
I'm not saying even more. I'm not going to be.
No, yeah, okay.
We have to. It's treat yourself to be honest. I don't care. Go and not go. So לא משנה. תהיה בן אדם. Be a mensch. בוודאי שאצל גוי, אתה צריך to be a little careful שאם חס ושלום is going to find out שאתה גנבת אותו, זה גם חילול השם also in addition. And the worst thing is that you're not that, you did not lie to the goy. It's the outcome that comes from this type of business. Other Jews are gonna
Get affected.
100%. That's where we always miss. You're damaging other people and other Jews. When you treat את הגויים יותר עם דרך ארץ, forget about that he should be more nice to you and it's going to be more, if we could say loyal, but the outcome is further down what's going to happen. That's we have to take לקחת את זה גם כן בחשבון. Yes.
You heard of Cat's Advance, Rabbi?
עזוב, זה סיפור רפי, מחילה, we had this topic in September, עיין בשיעור, I'm not going to go over this again, I'm done.
But
It's not my topic, עזוב, זאת לא מה נקרא, we really discussed. Let's continue. ואמר לרב כהנא,
You want the green light, huh?
הפוך בנבלתה ולא תהפך במילה. There's a Gemara in Masechet Pesachim that talks about Rav Kahana. He says, you rather work with nevela, meaning it become tameh, ולא תהפוך במילה. And don't switch your words. שמעת מה כתוב? עדיף לך להתעסק עם נבלה ותהיה טמא, then changing your words. הבאת מילה, תעמוד במילה שלך. תעמוד במילה. How many people when it comes to weddings, כל כך הרבה fights over, he said and he said, and those things, כל כך הרבה מחלוקות. You know how many? You can't imagine how many fights. So לא יאומן. לא יאומן how much fights on weddings based on prices. Who gives what? כמה אתה נותן וכמה אני נותן? No. 60, 40, 50, כל הפרס, wow, it gets out of hands. זה לא נורמלי. והרבה calls, והרבה aggravation, and now the kids go to חופה and they see their parents fighting. לא מבין את זה. אני אומר לכם, והרבה עוגמת נפש יש. And the worst is when you get the Hatan and Kala involved in the parents' issues. That's when it gets even worse. You know how many times I was dealing with this thing.
Planning a wedding, you pay for the
First, Bezat Hashem, get Gabs, Bezat Hashem. Don't worry, don't worry.
Planning a wedding, you pay for the flowers in full and the hall in full. And then the next week, COVID happens. They didn't do anything. The hall didn't do anything. The flower people didn't do anything. They should give the money back, no?
Are you asking me as someone who has a money to home?
This is a yes. They said yes. Both said yes. They paid, and they said they're going to deliver.
Who?
Now, the flower people.
Okay.
Now COVID happened.
Okay.
Shouldn't the flower people give the money back? They didn't do anything.
So what's the
They
question?
kept the money.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Stealing, no?
That's no good, no?
No.
But that's also a yes. It's a lot of
Also,
questions.
what are you saying?
Someone in our shul.
Yeah.
Someone in our shul closed a hole. That happens to be that it was supposed to be around before Purim, I believe. And they gave him a good price. Shema Amnon.
Always catch you, man.
The hall called him about, if I remember correctly, maybe a month before the wedding. Listen, was a mistake. this date
Already taken.
was already taken.
It happened to me.
Now, he tells him, what do you mean? We signed contract and everything.
Send an invitation.
We said we're the invitations. We'll pay for the damage. Whatever it costs, what, 5,000? But it's not yours. You're not getting the home. He called me. He was so mad. He was so broken. We're going to find a home now. The pressure. And he goes in out, I don't know, a text or email, what to do with it. And later on, the place, so they agreed that they can pay him, I think, 5,000, 10,000. And then he backed up from his own words. No, I'm not paying you also for that.
That's when we get gangster, Rabbi.
This person was so mad. Now I was supposed to do the chuppah. So he came to me, ממש כאב לו. אמר לי, מה לעשות? אמרתי לו, תראה, כנראה זה דורן תוסר, ככה פחות רעש. Okay. I told him, listen, maybe it was a mistake, or it was no mistake. People put more money, like what it is.
Somebody more important.
אמרתי לו, if that's the case, the way Hashem runs the world, איך שאני מכיר את המצב, לא להאמר לך. לא שייך, לא שייך. לא שייך. Hashem is running the world, לא שייך כזה דבר. At the end, COVID came, and they lost everything.
Wow. So
it was no wedding. No wedding. If it was supposed to do whatever, 70, 80, 90, 100,000, I don't know how much they make over there. כל הכסף הלך לו.
You don't think they got a deposit?
כמה? 5,000? 10,000? אנשים לא פראיירים. I put deposit how much? 5,000?
No,
to close? To close?
The whole you have to pay up front.
Not the whole thing. What
No.
are you talking about? I told her, first get Gaps married and then we'll talk.
I know, right?
Shabi roast.
You know what I mean? Maybe that's how you run the business.
I'm a sucker, Rabbi. No,
Okay.
they get
I
me.
don't know. If you trust full before the work, I'm not going to do a deal with you. In any event, if you do the call, he lost. He called me after. He was very happy. No, I'm not happy for what they did. It's just not right. זה לא ייתכן, זה לא ייתכן, לא ייתכן אדם עושה גנבות כאלו, ואתה, you're ruining people's life, אתה חושב, who are making bizarre, השם כאילו, אני לא מבין את זה.
But they gave him back his deposit?
No.
Not even the deposit.
No,
the deposit?
The first guy. The first guy.
The deposit, I think they did. No, the deposit, yeah. No, the deposit,
but the
yes.
money that he incurred from the invitations and all that,
Right.
No. That he said he was going to give him, no.
But so, they lost double and triple and who knows how much.
Okay, good. That's what you got.
ודאי, זה מה שקרה, אבל פה צריך לדעת שברכה מהכסף הזה לא רואים אף פעם. It's a matter of time, לא שייך, it's impossible שאדם מגנבות יעשה פרנסה, לא שייך, אין ברכה, אין. יש פסוק, I want to show you a פסוק, בוא נפתח למינט, לפרשת שלח. פרשת שלח, this is the key, that's key. תסתכלו on page 422. There you go. תראו מה כתוב בפסוק מ"א. ויאמר משה, למה זה אתם עוברים את פי השם, והיא לא תצלח? אומר אבן עזרא, מי שעושה דבר נגד השם, אין לו סייעתא דשמיא. זה גם help you. שמעתם? If you do something against השם, לא תצלח, אין לך הצלחה. סייעתא דשמיא, מי שהולך עם פי השם, תצלח, you'll have סייעתא דשמיא.
There's a difference between Tislach and Siyata Dishmaya, no?
הצלחה מסעדה דשמיא.
No, netzach means you're winning.
איזה נצח? לא תצלח.
Tislach means what? Help.
לא תצליח. success.
Success.
Okay, so you're not going to succeed אם אתה הולך נגד השם. זה מה שאומר פה משה רבנו. צריך לדעת את זה. Now, וראוי לו לאדם. So step one, Albert, number one, be honest. That's step one. Now he takes us step two. וראוי לאדם שיהיה בדעת קונו שלטובה אינו חוזר ולרעה חוזר. So step one, be honest, be loyal. תהיה ישר. מילה, you give somebody a word, keep your word. עכשיו, that's one. Second, you can also say, keep your word. If you said somebody, I'm gonna get back to you. Whatever you did, I'll pay you back. אולי גם שם אני אגיד, keep your word. חלאס, אני אמרתי שאני אתן לך, I have to. אומר, learn from הקדוש ברוך הוא. הקדוש ברוך הוא, if Hashem promises someone, I'll give you good, whether after you did, you don't deserve it, you can get it. אבל דבר רע can change. If Hashem says, I'm going to give you something good, גם אם אחר כך you lost it, Hashem is not going to change his mind. דבר טוב, Hashem doesn't back up, he doesn't take back his words. דבר רע, Hashem does, he changes, based on your action, he changes his words, his actions. Yes.
If Hashem gives his again, I'm sorry.
If Hashem says, I'm giving you something good, and then you should have get it because of whatever you did, so you lost it. Hashem's not going to take it. Hashem's not taking back his words. He promised to give it to you. He'll give it to you. Well, then after you don't deserve it. אבל בדבר רע, אדם עשה מעשה לא טוב. עונש בשמיים, he's going to get punished. But then he did teshuvah. Hashem takes back his words. אבל בדבר טוב, Hashem doesn't take back his words. You hear? אומר הרב, step one, learn to keep your words. Step two, ראוי to copy Hashem's ways. Meaning, if you gave a word to someone something good, keep it. And if it was something bad that you said, I'm gonna get an hazara.
You're allowed to change your mind.
Change your word, change your mind, that's okay. Be like הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Yeah, be not truthful.
זאת אומרת, עכשיו זה כבר דבר שני.
Yeah.
כלומר, we're training ourselves to be loyal and to be honest and to keep my word. אבל יכול להיות גם כן ברעה? לא. אני רוצה לספר לכם סיפור. אבא שברי סיפר לי סיפור. He knows someone that they didn't have a good marriage. Okay. So they went to בית דין. בעל אמר לאישה, you're not going to see a get from me. Whatever she did, I don't know, if they fight, the kuza, but לא תראי get. In Israel, if there is bet in order, you have to give a get. And they wait, and they give you the chances. If you don't give a get, what happens?
Beat you up.
No.
Jail.
They put you in jail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a war,
Yeah. So until they give a get. So this guy,
That's the law.
huh?
That's the law. אם זה הפוך, הוא רוצה לגרש אותו, והוא לא רוצה לגרש אותו, במגבלה באיזשהו... מה, הם חייב לגרש אותה כבן? אתה אומר לי פה שזה...
לא, זה רק אם בית דין שמעו את כל הצדדים וראו, he's not right, and she's right, whatever, זה לא, אנשים לא מכיר. So in this case, they saw there's no shalom bite, it's not gonna happen, so just give a get and goodbye. No. They arrested him, he was in jail. 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights, 5 nights, 10. You want to give a get? No. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, month. You want to give? No. 2 months, 3 months, 6 months? No. A year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
He has a bed and food. Wow.
Died in jail?
אמר לה, אמרתי לך, אני לא נותן לך גט, את לא תראי גט עד יום המיטה שלי. He was already, I think, almost 30 years.
Come on.
He came to a point that the wife and the girl said, you know what, خلاص. We don't want to get. Enough. We don't want to get, just come out. אמר לו, אני אבוד בכלא.
This guy's not normal. But she can't get married.
He was very normal.
הוא בטח, כאילו,
He gave
הוא
it to
עושה כבר, לא צריך.
My father knew the person. Was very normal. אבל זה אנשים שהם very loyal. More than that. There is people, I told you I'm giving you my house. He's going to give you the house, period. But the same people, they have also this mentality. If I said, I'm not giving you a get, you'll put me in jail. I'm not giving you a get.
It works both ways with them.
Yes. He's very loyal.
Keep that word.
All they keep. His wife was ready to say, she was ready not to get a get already. Khalas, she's already 70. Mama get. Khalas, azov oti. Come out. No.
אני אמרתי,
הוא ידעו התרת נדרים.
איזה התרת נדרים?
זהו.
תשמע טוב.
She can't get married, Rabbi?
לא, מה פתאום, יש איש.
זה לא נאמן, זה
כן,
נאמן.
כן.
בדיוק. He ended up dying in jail at the end. I don't know, after 30, 40 years.
Oh my God.
היה על זה רעש בבתי משפט. How can it be possible that murder after 25 years it gets released and his 40 years is not giving a get? Worse than a murder? It was a whole to do in the court houses. How's it possible? But if I remember correctly, I think it was in jail close to 40 years.
Wow.
I'm by Kyoto, by the way. I'm by Kyoto. אמרתי לך, לא תראי גט, גמרנו, אני לא חוזר פעמיים, אנחנו שניים מכאן ואחד תרגו, אין explanation, שום דבר, אמרתי לך, את לא תראי גט, that's it. יש כאלו אנשים, יש כאלו. אומר הרב, לא. וראוי לאדם שבדעת קונו שלטובה אינו חוזר ולרעה חוזר. Don't be stubborn. Even if you give a word, it's okay not to be... תחזור, לא קרה כלום. Sometimes, especially when people get angry and things come out from their mouth, they say, he doesn't feel comfortable to get back, to take back his words. Chill. Go easy going, לא קרה כלום. And it's away, לא קרה כלום. אז לפעמים הבעל אומר לאשתו, ככה, הצאת, אני לא קונה לך יותר. זה לא קונה לך יותר, תגידי, מה השגעון שיש לך? איזה ג'ננה? What's up with you? לא. I gave her flowers, she had a comment, that's it, I'm not buying you flowers anymore, everybody, חלאס, תודה. תקני את, אני לא קונה לך. never again. זה שטויות, זה... לא, אני אמרתי לה, לא קונה לה, חלאס, את רוצה, אני באתי יסוד, אני לא קונה. מה השטויות האלו? זה נורמלי, זה לא נורמלי. לא, I gave my word. אל תדאג, אתה יכול לקחת את המילים חזרה, כמו הקדוש ברוך הוא, לרעה חוזר, גם אתה יכול לחזור, לא קרה כלום. Yes.
That Rabbi would apply that idea to this guy in the jail, that he could have been Hoser his words.
זה כאן, שמה זה בכלל, stubbornness, זה גאווה, זה שגעון, זה sickness, are you kidding?
But that's what I would have been, yes, he could be Hoser.
The fact that he was supposed to give a get and he's not giving a get, זה עצמו הוא רשע. ודאי. הוא היה שומר שבת, תורה, מצוות, זה לא איזה אחד, some of them, איזה אחד מהרחוב. He came from a very normal home, but, הוא היה נורמלי, רק היה עקשן, והלך את זה עד הסוף, זה בעיה. לא, אתה יכול לדבר איתו על כל רק מילה זה מילה. מילה זה מילה.
איזה מילה?
תראה לראש העין, תראה מה יש, הלאה.
מדעת קונו, מדעת means the knowing of...
From הקדוש ברוך הוא ways, זה הכוונה. וכן יעשה האדם הטוב. And that's what a good person should do. שאם מוציא מפי לעשות טוב עם חברו, if you give your word that you're going to do something good to your friend, I'm going to do, I'm going to buy, I'm going to send, and I will, או שלא לעשות עמו רעה, לא יחזור בו בשום אופן, ולשום סיבה שבעולם, כי בושה גדולה היא. If you say something to your friend that you're going to do something, oh, I forgot. Oops, sorry. Oops.
You had good intentions. Rabbi, your kids,
You're not going to change my
I
mind.
called my friend in the morning. I said,
So
I'm
guilty.
going to bring you lunch today.
See the guilty head?
It's a 35-minute drive. I'm going to bring you lunch today. Happened to be my son came home from school, so I brought him for lunch. But I called the friend. I said, listen, my son's home from school. I wanted to cheer him up, the boy, the friend. So my son's home from school, and he wants to go out for lunch. Are you okay with that?
No.
He said, of course. Go. Crazy, it's your son.
Wait, do you think he's going to tell you no? I don't understand you. Do you think you put him in a place that Hamor is going to tell you, no, you have to come? No. What are you talking about? You
felt-
gave your
I
word.
felt bad, and
Yeah,
I
you should
didn't know what to do.
feel bad. Go now and buy him. You just told him that you're going to give him lunch, did you?
Yeah.
You should buy us all lunch.
Yeah,
In the morning, I didn't know my son. I didn't know my son's gonna be home.
I don't care.
But
But I'm waiting for you. You just said I'm getting lunch. So I'm waiting and I'm waiting. Then they call me, oh,
No,
my
no,
son
no.
come. So bring your son with me, bring him with, and give him a lunch. You give him a word. My son came, and the best thing you're telling him, I'm going out with my son
The lunch.
to lunch.
You stabbed him twice.
Why can't he just say, you know
You're
what?
not good enough.
Why can't he
He did not bring. He did not bring.
But go buy lunch if it's on me.
Thank you so
No,
much.
there's no kosher in that area.
No. I know how you kosher. You said, I'm coming. That's his story.
I wanted to be with him.
He wanted to be with him, and then he ditched him. That's exactly
Yes,
what
I ditched him.
Okay, you're wrong.
I'm not
Absolutely.
calling you for playing.
Excuse me, you did
felt bad,
not,
but I didn't know
excuse me, you gave no words to your son that you're taking him to lunch.
Yeah.
So he became a guest.
Yeah.
So you're taking over the guest, over the guy that you promised him.
He's never home. He's never
I
home.
don't care, but your son, he became a
And he
guest.
asked me.
But he didn't ask, you offered your son, where's your brain? What are you offering your son to go out while you promise someone that I come to you already in the morning, you give him? It's a big mistake.
To make it up. Get a holy schnitzel tonight.
אמרת לו מילה?
No, I gotta go.
גמרנו, מה זה make it up? זה לא מה פתאום? חשוב הבן שלו בא, סליחה, הבן שלו was a guest. הלו, הבן זה guest, ואתה לא הבטחת לבן a minute that you can take him for lunch.
He might not have a chance. Now he
Take him for dinner. You know what? No problem. Take your son with you. Buy lunch and go to the guy and eat together.
Go together.
Absolutely. You dropped him and you take your son.
He wants quality time with his
Is it tzaddik at the quality time? Quality time. I wonder what's the last time quality time with Albert and Isaac. Quality.
Every day have one.
Every day. Okay, then. So take one day off. If every day you have quality time, tzaddik quality time.
Teenager. He wants to teach him.
הנוס,
you have to make it up.
על הנוס, התורה פותרת אותך באנוס.
Right. My question is if the person needs to make, like, let's say he's scheduled, so something came up, I have to take my wife somewhere or whatever, I have to. Does he have to make it up?
Not to your wife. She must
Huh?
help. You can't say no to your wife.
Came up. Listen, I'm sorry. Tomorrow I'll make it for you.
You're talking after.
You didn't put more.
No, these issues, we have to be clear because these issues come up all the time. Rabbi.
I love how he messed everything up, and then Rabbi, we have to be
No,
clear.
I want to understand
am
better.
very clear.
Rabbi,
I have no
want to
issues.
understand better.
I wouldn't do it. I would not do
What
what you
trumps
did.
what? What trumps to him?
I
that
would
cares?
not do this. You gave your promise a word. There's no kosher food, and I believe that you want to be nice. Hold on.
Yeah.
And you gave him a word. So I believe you want to be mahazekim and
Yeah.
So he's waiting for the lunch from the morning. Something special, a kosher lunch, and I'm gonna see my friend.
He had lunch already. He has lunch in the fridge.
Oh, in the fridge
No,
from 3 days ago.
no.
Don't be a lawyer. Be a judge. Don't be a lawyer. be a judge.
He's
Be
already
fair.
in work. He had the lunch prepared for himself. I said,
So then
"Look,
why do you
I
offer
want
to go to
see
him if you had already lunch in the fridge?
So tell him, bring him in.
I have no problem. Go with your son. Your son was a guest that day. 100%. Go with him. Even tell me, like, keep your word. You never promised your son. Pitam, suddenly,
Right.
he dumped in your house. Pitam. Okay, I'm gonna go to you. I'll take you for lunch. He never asked, never offered. Nobody needed your quality time in the middle of the day. You want quality time? You can take it for dinner. Why on his account? הבנתי, הלאה, נמשיך הלאה. אבל נעצור פה. בקיצור,
What a case.
it's not a case, just want to be honest, that's it. Case, no case.